Well, hello. This is the old house in Preston. Today is the 9th of June, 2023, and you're looking at a 60-inch by 30-inch porcelain on steel bathtub. I looked into bathtubs. Cast iron, obviously, way too heavy to carry up the stairs, although they are good tubs, and the way they used to make them is nowhere near like how they make them now. I think they made them better back then because you didn't have to scrimp on the materials because every corporate entity wasn't looking for the nth decimal place for profit. So this particular tub is an American standard, and it's called the Americast, which is a 3-layer tub. It's porcelain on steel, and then underneath the steel is a composite material of varying thickness that retains the heat if you happen to draw a hot bath. Also gives the tub some more weight, and most interestingly, it integrates the overflow, so you don't have to have separate plumbing for the overflow of the bathtub. You just have to have the plumbing for the drain. I built the alcove per the instructions from American Standard, and the tub fits nice. It's secured in place by fasteners and washers on the studs. And as I say, it has a cast in place base, so it was not necessary to pour a mortar bed to set the tub. If you want to do so, you can. But this floor is brand new. The Advantech is a very rigid subflooring material, and the whole underneath structure was beefed up, replaced, repaired, leveled, etc. So the tubs are level. I have one in the other bathroom, as you can see through there. The other progress that was made was all of the plumbing supply has been installed, hot and cold. That there is the shower valve body. When the finished wall is done, then the trim kit and cartridge get installed, and the tub spout will be installed, and then I'll have a functioning bathtub and shower. And of course the shower head will go up there through the wall, the shower arm, and then I'll just get something nice in the way of a shower curtain. Again, this room that I'm in now is a guest bath, which will also have a dryer in this corner, and the washing machine here. So from the last video, again, all of the plumbing has been installed, including all of the drain, waste, and vent. So that was quite a puzzle. You're looking at the laundry drain there, and that's going to be the vanity, and down here is what will be a drain for the shower or the washing machine pan. In case the washing machine springs a leak, it can drain away. That is not tied into the system. That will drain out through the basement wall separately, and that's because that pipe is generally empty, so it can't tie into the drain waste vent system because the sewer gas would come up that pipe, and that's not good. So again, so you have for example, you have the vanity drain here. The vanity, the sink will have its own trap, goes into the drain and goes down, and then above the trap arm we have the vent pipe. We're also tying in the vent for the washing machine discharge, and that goes up into the bulkhead, and then it turns into the joist bay, and then it goes up into the knee wall area of the attic and over to the main waste drain waste vent stack. So all of that has been complete. That was actually complete on a week ago. So I was pretty close to my deadline of having the plumbing done by the end of May. So here's a little bit more in the chase. You can see how handy it is to have something like a chase, because not only can I utilize this for the future HVAC, but I will be able to, in the future, go up into the attic space and add a bathroom up there and tie into the drain waste vent stack here. So that's where we are on the second floor. Again, this tub has also been set, shower valve body in place. It is advisable not to use PEX for the tub spout, so I was able to get a shower valve, but it's a Delta that had the copper stub out for the tub spout. But again, likewise, the shower arm, after the wall is finished, will protrude there, and again, I'll have a similar setup here in the master bathroom. Vanity there, that'll be, the plumbing will be through the floor. The toilet there, that will, plumbing is also through the floor, and the reason for that is the structure below. If I moved these into the plate for the wall, they would actually be coming out in the dining room ceiling, and didn't want to build a bulkhead for that. I could have moved this all forward, but in order to avoid the joist that's underneath there, it would have to come out pretty far further than I wanted to. So I've maintained the objective of no plumbing piping on an exterior wall, and set up the space so that the structure is not compromised for the routing of all of the plumbing supply and drain. So we'll go down the stairs here, and we'll take a look at what it looks like from underneath, and then we'll go into the basement to see how it looks like underneath the first floor. So into the kitchen space we go, and we go up into the ceiling area of the kitchen, which again I have lowered about a foot, so we see all of the supply has been run. The drain, waste, and vent has been run. And of course, a drain you want pitched high to low from your fixture to your stack. So there's a 2-inch drain that pitches down, and then it goes around and it ties into the main waste stack there. And of course, there's also a vent that runs up, and that's where did it go? There it is there. It's the pipe closer to the top of the picture. That's the vent for the, right here, that's the vent for the vanity and the powder room. So that vent goes up there, then it goes uphill and around the corner, and then it goes up, and it ties into the stack higher up. There's also a vent on the other side of the beam, and that vents the shower and the toilet in the powder room, and again that runs uphill, turns the corner there, goes up, and ties into the main waste stack. One of the important things about the vent is that they need to be above what is called the flood rim of the fixture. So every fixture has a water level in the fixture. You know, your sink fills up, your tub fills up, your toilet fills up, your shower fills up, and so the vent has to be higher when it goes from vertical to horizontal. It has to be above the flood rim. Here are the drains for the 2 tubs. That's the one in the guest. That's the one in the master. There's a trap underneath, and again, we don't have to plumb in an overflow because it's integrated into the tub. And again, the supply goes up, the hot and the cold, and this ties into the horizontal 3-inch drain line that originates at the toilet and continues on. Over here, it's picking up the toilet in the master bathroom, and again goes over, ties into the main waste stack, which is there. Again, you can see I have my plumbing arranged in my chase, fairly neatly organized with plenty of space for electrical and the HVAC line sets, which require a 2-inch diameter opening. So there'll be 2 of them in this chase, and there'll be one in this chimney area here for the living room. And now we're going to go down into the, I do have a little powder room set up here. I have actually gone and set the toilet on the ceramic tile that will eventually be used for the finished floor. I've also set up a corner shower. This unit I inherited. It was new in the box. It's a Peerless, manufactured by Masco, and I would not recommend it if it was the last shower enclosure on the planet. Size-wise, it's fine, but it's not a good design, and it was time-consuming to install and relies on too much caulk silicone. That should have been engineered out of the design. But it'll function, and there's the shower valve trim kit, and the drain is all set. Everything works. I did have a little leak once. I put some more silicone. You can't really see it. That should take care of that. Again, for this to be, you know, at this thing sold for $500, believe it or not, this whole kit, and it's cheap. It's unbelievable that you have to pay for a decent shower enclosure. You have to pay over $1,000 to get one that is designed well and easy to install. However, I tried to follow the instructions to the letter, and as I say, it is installed. It is working. So, but obviously, before this was installed, I had to take care of the walls. So I'll talk about the walls in the next video. But for the time being, we're going to go down to the basement and check out the plumbing down here as it exits the building. I've set up my little sleeping quarters here, and that'll be a desk. Comcast comes on Monday to give me internet. So again, we're using the manifold system here. So there's the cold water manifold that I showed you previously. Here is the hot water manifold that is populated and the lines have been run. This is the other cold water manifold. Again, everything has been connected. There have been no leaks while under 50 to 60 pounds of water pressure from the town, and that's a good thing. So here's the main waste stack that comes down from the second and first floor. This is a clean out here in case the line needs to be cleaned out. And again, you have to make sure that the pitch is sufficient enough for the liquids and the solids to flow, but not too steep so that the liquids outrun the solids. That's a cardinal point when it comes to hydraulic engineering of waste systems for both commercial and residential. So everything ties in as it should with the proper fixtures, proper fittings. You know, you've got a long sweep there for the toilets. You've got a Y here for the one of the drains. That's actually for a vent for the toilet, and this is the shower set up here, and then it makes a turn. It's a little bit different than before, based on my plumber's recommendation. So, but and again, we have another clean out here. All of this 3-inch line ties into a 4-inch line. A 4-inch line exits the building out to the sewer in the street. So again, no leaks, and I'm pleased with how it comes out. I've dumped, flushed the toilet, run the sink. I've dumped water into the bathtubs to fill the traps. Same thing with the laundry discharge, and so everything seems to be working fine. Previously, I had indicated that there seemed to be these pressure pulses based on my gauge, but what I found out is it's actually the gauge. So the red needle is supposed to record a peak pressure pulse, but what in fact happens is any little vibration. I'm tapping the supply pipe. You can see that any little vibration just sends that needle way up. So I've come to the conclusion that I'm not getting any pressure pulses because the town water is not pumped. It's just gravity feed from the pressure, the head pressure in the water tower, and so again, it's pretty consistent. Between 50 and 60 pounds, which is fine. Won't require a pressure regulator valve, and the appliances won't suffer. Always a good idea to turn off your washing machine hoses, and since I don't have a washing machine installed yet, I don't have to worry about that. But the other thing that I did was I insulated the hot water heater. So there's a couple things of insulation on here. I had some leftover PEX pipe, so I made 3 hoops. The outside diameter of the PEX pipe is about 5/8 of an inch. So I made 3 hoops and put them against the hot water heater tightly. And then I put on some of the radiant barrier that I used on the pole building with a reflective side in. So there's a little air gap of about 5/8 of an inch, and then there's the radiant heat barrier. And then I insulated the outside of that with this R13 fiberglass. So hopefully that will improve the insulation characteristics of the hot water heater, and it won't have to run as much. But it's been under power. I do have hot water, and so far so good. So that's sort of it for the plumbing is complete. The next phase is electric. So I've got to start using up some of that wire down there. There's I don't know, it's about almost 1,000 feet of 12 and 14 gauge wire, so that's going to come in handy. And as I say, effective, today's Friday the 9th, effective tomorrow afternoon, I will be camping here. And at that point I'll be able to, hopefully make some good progress, as I won't have any sort of a commute and won't have to worry about any distractions. I can just roll out of bed and get to work and finish work and roll back into bed and repeat for the next 90 to 100 days. So, in any event, that's the situation for the plumbing. It's all done, nothing leaks, and the manifold solution seems to work great, as there's no restrictions in the flow between the manifold and the fixture. So, on the next video, we'll talk a little bit about how I need to work with the building and what I'm going to do for electricity. So, see you next time.